Thank you all for joining our webinar today. My name is Ben Victorica with KnowledgeNet, and I'm joined by Robert, who will introduce himself in just a minute. Our goal today is to provide you an overview of how AI is driving results for sales. First, Robert's going to provide you, his experience and the resources that he has with Sales Xceleration, and then I'll provide you an overview and demonstration of KnowledgeNet. If you have any questions during the webinar, please add them to the Q&A linked below. We'll answer everything at the conclusion of the webinar. So Robert, please tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience.
Yes, thank you very much, Ben. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are right now and joining us for this interesting webinar, I believe. I have spent many years in corporate America, corporate Europe, and the last 3.5 years, I really enjoy helping smaller businesses up to $100 million in getting them up to speed again when it comes to growth. Because my strong belief lies into this statement that the businesses can either grow and thrive or can stagnate and die. And that's really a maybe provocative statement, but I think that has a lot to do with the true problems that business owners do have. And really, this also tells me how I would like to be perceived, how I would like to be of value to my client. Yeah, so with that said, with this strong statement that you can either grow or thrive, or you can stagnate and die, is really about, this set of services that I'm able together with Sales Xceleration to provide to our clients. And what I like to say is that you'll see here that this is not your regular consulting. Maybe this is just a language issue, but I believe that I'm not a consultant. I'm really a business advisor to my clients. And my job is not to give them the wisdom on PowerPoint slides, but my job is to make the difference and show them that the growth is possible, and I'm able to deliver that. You can see the wide array of services I'm able to provide. And in the middle, you have this question, how I can help. Very often, my discussions with clients, actually, I start with the question, what is your sales forecast? And what was the last time you have been able to deliver on it? And that gives me the possibilities to really help them addressing those areas that they are the most important, they are the really burning platform, and they have to be addressed immediately without any delay. It might start with very light or very in-depth sales assessments, which could lead into definition about what are the missing pieces, and maybe sometimes it's everything, when it comes to the sales infrastructure, like what should be our strategy? What should be our ideal client? We are going to speak more about this today. What is our value proposition? What is our sales organizations? Do we understand how to motivate our sales guys? Do we have any playbooks? Do we have the sales process? How do we measure and follow the sales success or lack of that? So that is the piece of the sales infrastructure. Very often that leads into this, that the founder who leads both sales, marketing, operations, or finance, they need to focus on something. And they are happy to hand over to me the management of that sales infrastructure, the people, the processes, and systems. So that is another piece that I can run and really deliver results for my clients when it comes to sales management. Then, as an integral part of that, I need to strengthen our sales team by recruiting the better talents, by promoting people, but demoting people as well if needed, and just ensuring that we have the right people in the right seats. My job is also to train and coach my successor, because my job is to really build the infrastructure, making sure that the clients are going to see the results, and hand it over to the new leader, either by grooming someone from the inside of this organization or hiring someone from the outside. So that's about recruiting and hiring, but a lot also about coaching. Coaching not only the salespeople, but specifically the future sales leaders. And as I can see, this is the entire, let's say, 360-degree approach, not only about assessing and addressing, the problems on the surface, but getting really into depth, building the necessary infrastructure and delivering those results through managing that system, through managing the sales efforts, and bringing, the new leaders up to speed, managing the sales organization. So here we are coming into this question. What is your ideal client profile? That might be very academic statement for some of us who have not been doing this in the past. But I can tell you that this is not academic. This is really a very big practical issue. If you don't have well-defined ICP, ideal client profile, you are going to complain about something like this. We are not able to close. We are not able to get new clients, new logos. Our sales cycle is too long. We are not able to have the right salespeople. This is not a question about ICP. ICP, the answer to this question leads us really into this, how to develop the healthy business. And ideal client profiles, you might have a number of different attributes to define this. What industries those people are, those companies are. How big are they when it comes to revenue, when it comes to number of employees? What branch offices they have across the country or maybe even across the globe? Are they growing or maybe they are stagnant? What is the financial situation of these companies? Are they private or are they public? What is the annual revenue? And I can tell you that this is not academic question. This is really a key questions to be answered for your business, because I'm always telling to myself and also to my clients that there are two ways of generating the business. Some of them, some people could call it proactive and reactive, but for me, I think it is more intentional and just transactional. Intentional, this is about us understanding where we are going to make the biggest difference when it comes to understanding the problems people have in specific businesses, in specific companies, and how to present our value proposition. I can tell you that if you have a product like, software for healthcare industry, that is going to be perceived very different. What this thing is going to do in a small rural hospital or critical access hospital versus a big healthcare organization. In a small hospitals, they are going to accept that this might be a very standalone solution, whereas in the big healthcare organizations, they are going to demand that this is going to be a part of the ecosystem. So this is just an example of this, how profound role this well-defined ICP does have. And then on top of that, you have something about the job roles. It is connected to ideal client profile, but it has even deeper meaning because this is about buyer personas. Who is going to be the buyer? Who is going to be the influencer in decision-making? That's extremely important, as you can see, to really define it that precisely, because you need to understand problems you solve, you need to show the value to those clients, and you need to understand and train your salespeople what people to talk to, those buyer personas, in order to have the likelihood to close the business as you want. So how do you target your ICP to find new leads? That's exactly what I said. That business development has to be intentional. That has to be proactive. And for that, you need to have the very good definition about in what industries, in what geographies, what sizes of the businesses you need to address in order to have really quality dialogue with your clients. Because let's be honest, nowadays, this is not about selling. This is about enabling the clients to understand the value you provide and enabling them to buy from you, to purchase from you whenever they are ready. This ICP has the really strong meaning, and without this, many businesses that I had been helping with, they had really big struggle to grow because they haven't had any definition about what is the right client for them. They were going everywhere, but going everywhere, that means going nowhere. You need to define your clients, you need to define your buying personas, and you need to strengthen and sharpen your message. And that is so important. There are different ways of developing leads, but maybe I will start again with how I have the approach into this, that when I observe, the great performers being in sales and okay performers, so even bad performers being in sales, is that the difference is about who and how is developing the new leads, new opportunities on a daily basis. The poor performers, they very often based on, we expect something from marketing, or maybe I'm going to have the request from clients accidentally, as it had been happening, in the past. The great performers, they have the very interesting habit. They spend every day dedicated time for developing new business opportunities. But again, as we said, if you have defined very well your ideal client profiles and the buying personas, This is not about shooting, 360 degrees, shooting from the hip. This is about really making sure that you are able to identify the right people you are going to reach out to. Yes, so how you can do that nowadays? You can go to the LinkedIn. You can spend hours on using the systems like, for instance, mentioned here, Zoom Info. Great quality, but unfortunately also quite expensive. You can use, different spray and pray tactics, Google Ads, Facebook. Sometimes it is going to be really right strategies, sometimes not, if you understand your buying personas and ideal clients. Sending emails, newsletters, cold outbound outreach. There are a number of things, and people are jumping, from one strategy to another strategy. But I think that we have right now been a very interesting solution which can combine the quality and the quantity, and we could help really many salespeople and many organizations to get them up to speed and really understand how to utilize the current technology to develop the true quality business.
Thank you, Robert. Yeah, and to reiterate to what you were saying, even with those approaches, the results today are getting smaller and smaller. If the team is sending out these transactional hundreds or thousands of emails, possibly with generic messages, they're getting less than 0.25% response. And if you're hiring the SDRs and BDRs to make cold calls, you're also making less than 1% of a return. So this transactional work is not providing an ROI. And as Robert said, it's better to be intentional. One of the things that we're able to do to help customers grow their business is to use AI to deliver prioritized warm referrals. And we're able to do that in a very quick manner in 10 business days. The goal is, of course, to help you grow revenue and reduce the costs that we were talking about, contact sources and LinkedIn Navigator, ChatGPT, and doing this by leveraging your relationships. The way that it works is we create an organization for your company and we add the users, typically the sales team, the people that are contacting customers. They sync their email and their LinkedIn connections to that KnowledgeNet organization, to your secure KnowledgeNet organization. And then we use AI to connect all of this information going back 1 year through your emails and meetings and generate the relationship intelligence, generate the connection paths. And then we leverage this to give you insights and provide you with additional uses of AI. The impact is that we're able to provide for you the warm introductions, who in your network's network can introduce you to that person that you're trying to reach, provide you details of who in your network has changed jobs. Maybe a great customer has gone to work for a new company and you're not aware of that, but we give you that insight so you can follow up with them and make them a customer with their new company. Part of this is that we provide you access to 280 million contacts with very detailed filters that match your ICP. So you can find prospects. And in addition to that, the AI generated email personality profiles. We're able to share with you what customers or prospects have visited your website anonymously. We call that web traffic intelligence. And we can leverage ChatGPT and other technologies to provide customized AI generated emails. So the key part is leveraging relationship intelligence, providing exact information of how you are connected to that prospect through your existing network. And when you identify that prospect, providing you personality intelligence so that you know how to message, how to meet with this prospect in a way that it's going to be most meaningful to them. And then as you are leveraging KnowledgeNet to write emails to them automatically, it's taken into account the personality intelligence and the relationship intelligence to create highly personalized emails to them. But going back to how can we do this in less than 10 days? Prioritize these leads and have your sales team be able to generate revenue in less than 30 days. And the way that we do that is that we use AI to search through 280 million contacts, leveraging the two things that we've been talking about. Your relationships that we build using KnowledgeNet your ideal customer profile, and then we use AI to prioritize first and deliver these 1,000 leads, every single one of them with a warm introduction. And we deliver these results. We've been working nationwide with Sales Xceleration. We have sales in every corner of the US. We can provide you with reference customers. One of them is CDI Corporation that in less than 4 months, they closed $14 million worth of business, and it all started with KnowledgeNet. So we can give you the contact information of people to talk to. Part of the way that we are working with customers and accelerating is by packaging up these components. So we provide you with licensing of KnowledgeNet for 12 months so that you can use it a la carte fashion and to generate these emails for the prioritized leads. We provide the 1,000 prioritized leads upfront. We allow you to use the web traffic intelligence for a month. And for this entire package, we charge $1,000. Essentially, it's the same cost of subscription fees for a year, but it's at a significant discount. Number one thing that we are helping them upfront with prioritizing their leads and getting them started, because they all want to grow their business very quickly. Starting that in less than 30 days shows the most impact. But some of you may not have sales teams, but you still want to start. So KnowledgeNet is priced at $30 per user per month. There's no contract, so you can go month to month. And then once you see value, you could have an annual contract and drop the pricing to $25 per user per month. Let me give you a demonstration of how KnowledgeNet works. Let's say that I am in the plastics industry and I'm an extruder of plastics and I'm looking for customers. Let's say that I want to contact one of them, Nationwide Gutter, so I can sell them extruded plastic gutters. I have the KnowledgeNet Chrome extension here on the right-hand side, and if I click on it, I'm able to see information about Nationwide Gutter. And the first thing I see is that no one in my organization has ever contacted this customer, but my network can introduce me. So Joe English has a 2 degree of separation from Renee Grossman. I can click here and I can see exactly how Joe and I are connected. We've had 7 meetings and 96 emails, and Joe and Renee are connected, and Renee is the founder of Nationwide Gutter. So if I like this connection path and I want to ask Joe for that introduction, all I have to do is click this purple button, Write Intro Email. And it'll package up this relationship intelligence into an email asking Joe to please introduce me to Renee. Once I have been introduced to him, I may want to find out more information about Renee. So if I go to Renee's profile here, I can go to his LinkedIn page. I can click on the information tab. And in the information tab, I can see information like his cell phone number, which I've hidden here because we're on a national webinar. I can click here and get his personality profile, which will help me when I'm going to have a meeting with him so that I can present to him and communicate to him in a way that's going to be most impactful. So if I click here, I'm able to see things that are motivators and drainers for him, the communication style that I should follow, how we should work together, and recommendations of do's and don'ts for meeting and speaking with Renee. None of this is his profile, but I wanted to show you exactly the example of how this would work. If I close this box here, and if I didn't have a connection path, an introduction like from Joe English, I could use AI to write an email. And this isn't just any email. This is a specific one that's coming from me and my role and information about my company. It's going to Renee and information about him and his company. So it customizes that into a custom prompt in ChatGPT, which is embedded in KnowledgeNet. When I click the next button, it generates that email that I can also customize by clicking here and changing the length of the email or changing anything that I want. So there's an automatic draft. Close this box here and show you how to add Renee to my CRM, because this is a prospect that I want to continue with. I can click this list area and then just add them to any one of my CRM systems that I have. And then if I go back to the company itself and I click the information tab here, Then I'm able to see things about the company, access all of the employees at the company, and I can use AI to find similar companies. Again, I'm a plastics manufacturer. I'm looking for as many companies as I can. If I click there, it packages up information about Nationwide Gutter and shows me potential alternatives in the market. I can keep asking for 10 more through ChatGPT, or I can use KnowledgeNet to search over 70 million companies and find in the keyword search of gutters, find 3,293 companies nationwide that focus on gutters. The other thing I could do would be to search people. We have actually now 280 million contacts with the detailed filtering that I mentioned earlier, that you're able to find people in industries and by job role and title to help you grow your business. Robert, I'm going to turn it back over to you now.
Oh, fantastic. And thank you, Ben. I think that bringing that together also, this is definitely not the lead gen tool. This is from my experience when I work with my clients and they really enjoy KnowledgeNet AI. This is not about lead gen. This is much more than that. This is about the entire tool set around this, which enables us to understand the connection we have with them, the strength of that, and really leveraging AI in crafting tailor-made messages. I can tell you, that this connectivity to the CRM system makes the life of our salespeople, for my clients, so much easier. And what I really enjoy about this, that this is not about generic outreach, which is, killing the relationship with many of our clients, of our prospects. Just imagine yourselves, probably each of you is getting every day like 20 cold emails. It is not going to work anymore. What we get through KnowledgeNet AI, this is much more than that. This is really tailor-made. This is really, connecting you and connecting your prospect in such a unique way that it just sets you apart from your competitors, and you could have the quality conversation with your clients. So getting back to this page, this is going to help us to not only ask this question, what is our sales forecast and what was the last time we have been able to deliver on that? But you are going to have, working with me, using the KnowledgeNet AI, in really understanding how to build the strong sales infrastructure, how to have the strong sales organization and the right people in the right seats, understanding the value proposition you have, addressing the needs of the right clients in order to really close more, have shorter sales cycles, and for the salespeople to have the commission systems they wanted to have to be successful. So again, I think that this is not about just academic consultancy. This is about very pragmatic, very hands-on approach in delivering the true results to the top line, to the contribution level, and to the bottom line to our clients. I really enjoy working with KnowledgeNet AI, and my clients rave fans of using this. But very often when I put together these elements, there is always a question: how to sustain those results, how to make this change happen. Because let's be honest, the job I do to my clients, this is about change management. Change management doesn't happen overnight. And for change, in order to have it stay, we need also some time. This is what we bring right now to our clients, that we have Sales Xceleration certified framework, which enables us not only to have temporary great results, but just ensuring them that those results are going to stay and be forever with them. So the salespeople are going to be gradually further developed. Sales leaders are going to really understand how to get them to the next level. They will really speak about the burning issues, the burning problems, and they are continuously going to force themselves to stay on their tracks, delivering on the sales plans, understanding, how to move the needle from quarter to quarter. This is the framework that we implement right now very successfully to our clients, which enable them to really start understanding that those investments, those changes they have done with us in building infrastructure, building the organizations, and having initial successes are going to stay with them, and they are going to produce very good, long-term results. I meet with my clients right now on a quarterly basis. We are having the full day meetings, very productive meetings on what was our goal, what have we done, what is next, what problems do we have, just to make sure that the next day, when the real life is going to hit us, we are not going to be 100% busy with extinguishing the current fires, but we are going to stick with the strategy and with our plan, delivering those results for good. So sales framework is just a missing piece that we have been starting to implement to our clients. And I think that this is a great opportunity for companies not only to have the short-term results, but really enjoy that the work we have done is going to stay and is going to take them to the next level profoundly.
Thank you, Robert. So I'm going to stop the video in just a second and answer any questions that the audience has. If you could add them to the Q&A. I do have one already here that says, how long does it take to get started using KnowledgeNet? And the answer is that in less than 5 minutes, we can create your KnowledgeNet organization. So we could do that right after our meeting today and invite your users. Your users can start using KnowledgeNet instantly to get contact information from 280 million contacts. And in just a couple of minutes, they can set up their emails in their LinkedIn so that it starts building that relationship brain. And because we live where they work, there's little to no training that's required, even though we do provide that. So I'm going to stop sharing here. Robert, it doesn't look like there's any more questions. So I want to thank everybody for joining the webinar today. Robert will send over the recording of the webinar. The recording will have our contact information at the end of it. And we really appreciate the time that you spent with us. If you want to understand more about Sales Xceleration and the services that Robert can provide, you'll have his contact information. And if you want to get up and get started with KnowledgeNet, I'd be happy to do that for you this afternoon. So Robert, if you say your last few words.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. Thank you very much for all of you who have attended this. I'm sure that you are going to have some more questions when you're going to learn more about KnowledgeNet AI and Sales Xceleration, what we do together, visiting our websites. Feel free to send us your emails, and we are happy to continue this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.